It's talking about how much it eats in one day. So how long does not how much it eats, but how long it eats in one day. How long does it eat in one day? 16 hours each day. As long as 16 hours each day. Now it says, for how many hours does an elephant eat 1 year? So it eats, that's 365 years, or 365 days. So what I want you to do is to come to your next problem, and I want you to, you're going to bullet, and we want to know how many hours it eats in 1 year. Now we're going to bullet our information. Let me kind of move this up so you can see that still there. Now that I've underlined important information that I'm going to be needing, I want to bullet. And I'm going to put elephant eats as long as 16 hours. Or you can just put elephant eats 16 hours each day. It's up to you. You can write it like this, or you can put elephant eats 16 hours each day. This is optional. Okay, optional means you don't have to, so that's going to be your choice. The next one, 1 year equals 365 days. Now, I'm not going to write my question. I'm not going to rewrite my question, but I'm going to put my question into a statement with a fill in the blank. So my question is, for how many hours does an elephant eat in 1 year? So I'm going to write, an elephant eats blank hours in 1 year. Now, it reminds me what I'm solving for. So let's come over here. What operation am I going to use? I'm using multiplication because it tells me each day how much he's doing. I have one group. That one group is a day. And how many are in a group? 16 hours. Because normally it's 24, right? So here I'm going to take 365 times 16, and there's my equation. Let me move that up a bit, because we're kind of done with that right now. I'm going to use my partial products, 365 times 6. I'm done here, because that's in my ones place. 365 times 10, because that's how many I have in my tens place. And now I'm going to multiply. That's 0, that's 5, that's 6, that's 3. This is 30. 6 times 6 is 36, plus 3 is 39. 6 times 3 is 18, 19, 20, 21. And now I'm going to add those up. I have 3,650, and I have 2,190. 0, 9, 10, and 14. Carry my 1, 6, 7, 8, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now what I do when I'm adding, I like groups of 10, so I try to find my combinations of 10s and then add in the leftovers. So if you're the one that counts by ones, you can do that too. It takes you a little bit longer. So start practicing finding those groups of 10s, grouping them up, or getting close to, and then having your leftovers. And so an elephant eats 5,840 hours in 1 year. And here you're going to write it. So you see that? That's what you should be having on your paper. And that's what you're working at, because you're training your brain. Right now you're in training, so I'm going to place that over here at 5,840 hours, because that's what we're looking for. This is days, this is hours, And so now it's telling me what am I looking for. Know what go ahead and make sure that you're marking that because you want to know what you're multiplying to remind you what you're solving for. All right, let's go to the back. We only have 3 more questions to go. And then you can rest, relax, and then I can see you tomorrow for some of you. And then you'll have, and some, because tomorrow's Thursday, and so it'll be really good. All right, number 16. To train for a race, Jesse rode his bike for 48 minutes every day for 17 days. He estimates that he rode his bike for about 400 minutes in all. Which of the following statements is true? All right, so we're looking at what's true. Okay, so here's what we know. To train, Jesse rode his bike for 48 minutes. And he did that for 17 days. He estimates that he rode his bike for about 400 minutes in all. Of the following statements, what is true? So let's look at this. Did Jesse estimate it correctly? Is that true? Did he estimate correctly? Let's look at this. He says that he rode for about 400 minutes. So if we have 48, he rode his bike for 48 minutes every day for 17 days. 48 is closest to 40 or 50. So I'm going to do it here in case some of you are still trying to get this into your brain. This will be 45. 48 is closest to 50. So this is going to be about 50. 17, I'll bring it down here. I should have put it on a separate sheet of paper. What is 17 close to? Yeah, it's closest to 20. And then so it's going to be about 20. And I'll prove it by putting this at 10. Next whole number is 20, and the middle is 15. It's going to be on this side. Now, if I multiplied 50 times 20, I have 2 zeros. So I'm going to put 2 zeros here. 5 times 2 is 10. Okay. Is he right? No. He said that he rode his bike for 400 minutes. What did we get? Jesse rode his bike for about 1,000 minutes. And so B is our correct answer. Jesse rode his bike for about 70 minutes. Well, that's not what we got when we estimated. So that's not a true statement. And then Jesse rode his bike for about 500 minutes. Nope, that's not true either. Okay, so, because we solved the problem. All right, so the answer is B. Let's look at number 18. Parents Club buys 12 cartons of pretzels to sell as refreshments at a soccer game. Now, there are 75 bags of pretzels in one carton. Is this realistic? Grocery stores, they get a bunch of bags in one carton and then they stock them up so that people can come and buy them. So yes, it is realistic. How many bags of pretzels do the parents have? Okay, let's go back. What do I know? I'm going to put this on a different sheet of paper so that you can see the bigger picture. And again, use paper. It is there for your use. So I'm going to put it this way. The parents, they buy 12 cartons of pretzels. That was really nice of them. To sell at refreshments. There are 75 bags in one carton. And we want to know how many bags of pretzels do the parents have. Okay, so now that I've underlined and circled or whatever I needed to do to make sure I'm pulling out that important information, I'm going to come over here and bullet. So this is 18. My first bullet is parents buy, not buy, sorry, B-U-Y, buy 12 cartons. And I can write, let me just go ahead and do it, of pretzels. Okay. 75 bags in one carton. So you can also think of it as the input-output table if you're not sure what operation. So if you had to, I want you to put think about. I tried to think through, sorry. If I had an input-output table, so for every, this is a carton, this is the, wow, there was a mosquito that's chomping on my leg, sorry. Okay, so this is the carton, this is the rule, and this is the bags. For every one carton I buy, there's 75. What did I do to get from 1 to 75? Needed to multiply by 75. If I bought 2 cartons, I needed to multiply by 75. And so I know that my operation will be multiplication. I'm going to multiply. I'm going to rephrase my question. So this is just something to think about. Sorry about that. If I put it in a table, it tells me what I do. So 2 bags, that's going to be at 150, and so forth. So now my question is going to be converted to a statement. So how many bags of pretzels do the parents have? And I'm going to put it into a statement. The parents have blank total bags. Or you can put the total number of bags the parents have is blank. So whichever way you want it to fill, as long as it's statement, fill in the blank. Now let's solve the problem. 75 times 12, I'm going to use partial products. 75 times 2, 75 times 10, 0, that's 5, that's 7. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 7 is 14, plus 1 is 15. And now I'm going to add those up. So I have 750 plus 150. That's 0. That's 10. 7, 8, 9. So we have, oh, I'm so sorry. So take a look at there. So they have a total of 900 bags to sell at the soccer game. They must get a lot of people at their soccer game. So that's pretty good. So I'm going to look over here on my answer. I'm going to do it like this. That way you can see the whole picture. If you need to freeze it, go ahead and freeze it. That way you can see it. This is number of bags, hashtag bags. This is cartons. And then this is total number, hashtag bags. If I needed to identify what those numbers are, now you know. And I'm going to come over here to my answer, and my answer is C. Now, in our multi-step problem, it's the last problem. A farmer plants a field that can fit 27 rows of pepper plants with 14 plants in each row. Sounds like an array to me. She can also fit 4 rows of pumpkins with 4 plants in each row. How many plants can the farmer fit in her field? Okay, wow. So when you first read it, is it confusing? A little bit. So let's look at this. The farmer plants a field that can fit 27 rows of pepper plants with 14 plants in each row. Okay. Now she can also fit, it's a different kind, 4 rows of pumpkins with 4 plants in each row. So how many plants can she fit all together? Okay, so now let's come over here. Yeah, I can see totally like, oh, I know how to do this one. So if you know how to do it, go for it and then come back and check your work. So pause me, check your work after you're done. So now I have the final one is 20. First thing is I have 27 rows